The Chicago Bears just got some really good news on offense, and I don't think they're done at running back. I think there's still plenty of work to be done. I don't think they're complacent either. And that word complacent, that's been used a lot in the media right now in describing Chicago's approach at running back. So let's define the word complacent. It means being overly satisfied with the situation, often without awareness of potential dangers or a need for improvement. Today, I'm going to define something. I'm going to talk about whether the Bears are, in fact, complacent, or if it signals something else, what their plan is at running back. And also, there's a big name free agent running back that may be coming to Chicago. Spoiler alert, his name is Nick Chubb, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. More on that in just a second. But before all this, hey, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. It's a huge blessing to me as I move towards 10,000 subscribers. Just appreciate you guys so much. So if you like the material and this is fun to watch, hit the subscribe button. Would be a huge favor. I'd appreciate it. So let's kind of look at this word complacency just a little more. Is it the Bears just like not doing due diligence? Is the Bears being outsmarted at running back? Are they being outplayed by other teams? We're hearing some great news as well. I'm going to cover this later in the video, but I'm going to cover the Nick Chubb to Chicago rumors everywhere. It's breaking Twitter. It's absolutely everywhere. He very well might be coming to town. What an absolutely great signing that would be, in my opinion. And this is kind of funny. Bear Season talks about this. Going to bed tonight dreaming of a Chicago Bears running back room that could have Nick Chubb, DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, and Kyle Monangai, our recent 7th-round pick, with Eric Bieniemy coaching them up too. I mean, does that sound like a dream to you guys? We'll cover that later in the video. So maybe it's not being complacent. Maybe it's not waiting for a free agent to come into town. Maybe what they've done is simply a message that the Bears are totally happy with the tandem of Roschon Johnson and DeAndre Swift in the backfield. Kai Monangai out of Rutgers joining the team. Is he part of the answer here? Obviously, Swift is going to be the lead, but I think the real question is, what about Roschon Johnson? And then we looked last year, right, in the nonsense of the Shane Waldron offense, absolutely ridiculous. Roschon Johnson actually saw his role on the team shrink after his promising rookie year. He had about 80 carries for 350 yards. We don't talk about this much, but the guy can absolutely catch it out of the backfield too. People don't really notice that in his game, but in his rookie season, he had 40 targets. He caught 34 of them for 209 yards, so that's pretty good. I think he's a pretty good back. I think he's looking forward to an expanded role coming into last year. I was looking forward to it. But what did Shane Waldron and company actually do? They actually shrunk his rushing role to only 55 carries. His receiving opportunities were cut in half. I mean, how do you evaluate a promising guy and you suddenly stop using him? It doesn't make sense. So Waldron was rightfully fired. Thomas Jones, he seemed to at least give him a defined role. That role was short yardage and goal line carries. The results initially were good. 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games under Thomas Brown, but even less work overall moving forward from that. He also sustained a head injury, a concussion, so I think these numbers might not be indicative of who he was as a player last year, but he has shown some proficiency. He's shown great proficiency in short yardage situations, in goal line situations. He's been successful when the Bears have called his number. He can absolutely be the hammer in this offense. I think it's not a bad play to just go with what we have, and Swift was inefficient last year. But as a result of that, Roschon didn't get the rock more. So I don't really understand what the Bears are doing last year. I think we can agree that it was an incompetent effort. Maybe this needs to be chalked up to needing a competent coaching staff, not having an offensive line last year. I mean, how can you evaluate players when everything's an absolute mess? But guess what? Now we have Ben Johnson. He's going to be Roschon's 4th offensive coordinator in his pro career. That's insane. And the thing I like about the prospect is staying put. The mentality of no block, no rock. Roschon is still the best pass blocking back on this roster. And that's something you really note here. So his playing time was in fact increasing before the head injury. Here are the numbers. Before the head injury, he appeared in 42% of the snaps in Week 11 and 38% of the snaps in Week 12. And once again, those numbers by the year: 55 rushing attempts, ridiculous, 150 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, his goal line role, 16 receptions, still for 104 yards. So I think it very well might mean, this behavior in the draft, that Ben Johnson, he has confidence in Roschon being the hammer. They can turn into an efficient tandem. And it's also been coming out from GM Ryan Poles when he's been interviewed that they did try to make an effort to get a running back. They just had certain evaluations on certain players, and he wanted to be disciplined and not reach. So agree with that if you want, disagree if you want, but that's just kind of what's coming out right now. We can argue against the fact that he's going to be the hammer in this offense, how this draft was outlined, but let's just get to these Nick Chubb rumors. Now, there were rumors over a month ago that the Bears were interested in Nick Chubb. They started gaining a little bit of smoke, but now that the draft is over, rumors are resurfacing. This was really kicked into gear by the Ken Carman show with Anthony Limo. That's Cleveland radio. I think it's obvious he's not going to be coming back to Cleveland. The Browns drafted Judkins and Dylan Sampson in this last draft. Basically, they said they have it from a trusted team source that not only is he not coming back to Cleveland, but that he actually has a deal lined up with an NFC North team. I don't have to go through all the rosters, but if that's the case, the only team in the division, that'd be the Chicago Bears. There you go. So the question is, how do you like this? How's the fit? Is the guy healthy? And if he's healthy, I absolutely love this fit. A true power back, a workhorse. He'd likely come cheap as well on a prove-it deal. And this sounds like a perfect parallel to the combo of Montgomery and Gibbs. Such a nice fit. Swift being the home run change of pace guy, while Chubb, he can just wear opposing defenses down. Would still have Roschon in the rotation. How is this not a good deal? Chubb posted in his career, let's remind ourselves who Chubb is when he's healthy. He posted 4 consecutive 1,000-plus yard seasons in 19 to 22, and he punched in 40 rushing touchdowns in the process. Absolute beast in 2022. Racked up a career-high 1,525 yards on the ground, another 239 yards in the air, and most impressively of all, 329 touches that year. He coughed up the rock just once. That is fantastic. And before his knee injury in 2023, just absolutely gruesome. Wasn't that the night game against Pittsburgh? I believe it was. Before that, Chubb was really durable. He hadn't missed a step. He hadn't missed many snaps, and it took him until October of last year to come back. And when he came back after all this time, he just still didn't look right. Only 3.3 yards per carry. It increased to 4.4 roughly in his final 5 games. But now we are where we are. And he just posted a workout video yesterday where he's basically jumping all the way to the ceiling. Watch it if you get a chance. It looks like he's fully okay. Looked absolutely explosive. But I wasn't going to cover it. It was just a rumor. Then another workout video was posted today. It's pretty obvious his agent is shopping him. And if this is a possibility, I think the Bears should make this move on a team-friendly deal only. And it's not a low-risk, high-reward situation, right? It's actually a zero-risk, high-reward place to be. Check the guy out medically. Get it done, I say. Get 1 or 2 really good years from him still. And this would complete the only weak point in this offense. So you guys let me know in the comments. Do you want to see Nick Chubb wearing a Bears uniform if it's on a team-friendly deal? Would you rather to see the Bears just kind of go with what they have if Roschon can be the hammer in this offense and DeAndre Swift can continue to be the home run threat? You guys, as always, I know you will comment. We will talk soon. Bear down, and before you know it, it's going to be training camp. I'll see you soon.